What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I thought it'd be fun to look at 7 games that I've skipped out on so far in 2023. Now, the catch is, these are 7 games that I do eventually want to get, and I'm kind of eyeing Black Friday for maybe all of them. I'm hoping they can be discounted. I'm hoping I can get them all, and they can make for some fun videos on one of my 3 channels as the Christmas season comes, and I'm excited. I want to play all of these. It's just I skipped them, and I'm sure there's going to be more in the fall that I just literally cannot get with, like, the 30 games that are releasing all within 3 months. All right, I think these are actually in order of when they were released, so let's just go through these. Again, I thought this would be kind of a fun video. Let me know in the comments any games that you skipped on, whether it because of financial burden or whether it be because you just don't have the time. Starting with number 1, Metroid Prime Remastered. This may be the right time to admit that I've never played a Metroid game from start to finish. Metroid Dread, I got very, very close. I have played some back in the day, not very many of them, and this is one that obviously I saw so many really, really good things of online. I think pretty much universally people thought that this game is a fantastic remaster, if not even borderlining on going up to a remake territory. So I regret not getting it, and I also regret that, when it comes to Black Friday and maybe getting some of these games on a discount, this is a game, obviously Nintendo, and Nintendo does a very nice thing where they never discount their games, almost ever. I guess they sometimes do, very, very rarely, so I hope I can potentially get this down the line. The second game, this game is actually the one that haunts me to this day, and I regret the most of any of these. Master Detective Archives Raincoat. I talked this thing up very, very much before the game released, and look, very few, if not anybody, nobody was talking about this game, okay? I think the game actually did pretty okay, which I'm very glad about. Remember, this is the Danganronpa-like inspired. In fact, it's from the creator of Danganronpa, made his own studio, made his own game, and it looks fantastic, and I still want it. If I had to rank these, again, in terms of what I actually want, this would be number 1. Only on Switch, at least for right now. It might come to consoles or other consoles, I guess, later, but I definitely want this game, and I hope, although it's a Nintendo exclusive, it's not published by Nintendo, I hope this is a game that actually could be discounted, because that would definitely help my wallet. Third game is Remnant 2. I made the conscious decision to pick between Remnant 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I have barely played, in the grand scheme of things, I've barely played Baldur's Gate 3, but I did buy that day 1. When it came to Remnant, I skipped it. The game looked really good. I believe it only released at $50, so it wasn't even a full price game. And again, it looked like it was fun. People were having fun with it. A friend of mine actually got it. He really liked it. Co-op, elements to it as well. So I definitely want to get this. Like, maybe, I don't know if I'd put this at number 2 out of this entire thing, but this is definitely up there. And I'm not even looking for that big of a sale for this one. It was just timing. A lot of these, I think, were timing. Master Detective Archives, I was going to visit my parents, I think like 2 days after it came out. Just didn't work. Metroid came out in February. I'm sure I was busy or something. Remnant, again, it was kind of between. They released maybe 6 days apart, this game and Baldur's Gate, so I tried to pick that one. Fourth game is the game that just came out. Actually, the rest of these are games that just came out. Immortals of Avalon. I don't know about regret, but this is one that I still absolutely want to try. I really do. I talked this game up too before it released. Now, I was always a little skeptical, and the story and the characters and the plot, that kind of stuff, never looked like phenomenal, but the visuals looked really good. The idea of a single player game, yes, it's full price, $70 for maybe 9-10 hours. I mean, I'm okay with doing it if the quality is really, really good, and it just seems like the quality isn't really, really good, I suppose, but it's still absolutely a game I want to try. I like the combat. People have said good things about the combat, so again, I actively kind of let this pass, playing Texas Chainsaw, playing some old games, about to play Starfield. Really no need to get this game right now. If I can get this game for $30 to $40, 2-3 months from now, that's when I would get it. This one I'd make a video on it, all that kind of stuff. Again, I don't know if I regret skipping out on it day 1, but it's a game that I do want to support at some point in its life, just not right now. Another game that's even newer, Armored Core 6. This is a game that I've seen a lot of people talk about, on Twitter. Obviously, I've been into it. Like, I've watched stuff, and I have kept up to see what the public opinion of this game is. And it seems like people that played it absolutely love it. You spend a lot of time customizing your mech, right? A lot of time outside of missions. And then, obviously, in the missions, you're going to get your butt whooped depending on how good you are. But this does seem like it. I don't know if it's right up my alley, but it does seem like a game I would like, and I do appreciate it. Again, because of Starfield, because of just other things, I think I'll wait. And if I can get this half off, 40% off, 30% off again around Black Friday, that will be a perfect time for me to pick it up. And then two kind of under the radar games that also came out basically around the same time. I mean, Immortals through these last two all released, I think, within a week of each other. So they're games that kind of just came and went. And again, bigger games are right around the corner, so I kind of skipped them. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, I didn't play that game or get that game yet. $30. The price really isn't that big of a deal for this game. It's more of time for me. I mean, if I can get it for 20 or 15 bucks in a few months, that'll be fantastic. But I still really want this game. And I've actually had a friend of mine on Twitter. He played it. He really, really liked it. He double recommended it. He knew I was talking about it, and I was already kind of into it, and he kind of doubled down on that. So I have no doubt the game is good. It was, again, more of a time logistic issue, and I'll figure that out. And then I guess the last one, Fort Soulless, and I hope it's Soulless is how you say it. This is a game that seemingly got mixed reviews, not just reviews like in terms of scores, but also, you know, what I've seen even from people that I respect on social media, other creators, other just random users on Twitter that I respect. It kind of seems like a middle of the road game, very short, like 5-6 hours long. I think this game is also $30. I don't know for sure if it's $30. I know Stray Gods is, but this is one I'd like to give a shot to. I actually like the idea that it's short. I mean, I actually would prefer short games around this time, and I'm sure after December, once I've played, 15 of these upcoming games that are 20 to 80 hours long, I'm sure I'll take a 5-hour game. But, again, for the price, and if I can get it a little bit cheaper in a few months, and if it is a middling kind of game, I can wait, you know what I mean? And that's some of these games are like that, some of them are not. I'd say Immortals, maybe this game, public opinion isn't so high. Some games people have never even heard of, like Stray Gods, and then some of the bigger ones like Master Detective and Remnant. But that's my list. I've actually been keeping it in a notebook, and that way I can kind of circle around, wish list the games or whatever to get it around Black Friday. Again, that's my goal. But I'm sure, I think the big games in September, maybe the November ones, it's going to be October. There's going to be a few games, I'm sure, in October that I'm going to have to skip, and maybe I can add and get my list to like 10 games, make it a nice little number there, and get all of those games at a later date. So let me know, again, games that you guys have skipped in 2023 so far. Make sure as always you're subscribed, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.